Most businesses have to make some kind of compromise in terms of what they're able to offer their customers and what kind of capabilities they're able to build in order to offer different things to customers. They have to, if they try to be everything to everybody, then it usually ends up being an issue, and they end up being not liked by any of their customers. So the idea of trade-offs is the idea of compromises. Is that a business cannot achieve one capability without sacrificing another. Now, we can think about the competitive capabilities of cost and quality and talk about trade-offs. If you generally think about, if you want high quality production, the costs are going to increase. We are going to have to sacrifice cost efficiency if high quality production is needed. Similarly, you can think about customization and flexibility. If you need to offer customers different types of variations in your products, be it a physical good or a tangible service, the costs are going to go up. And it's possible that quality will also get compromised when you increase the variety and increase the flexibility that you're offering customers. So let's take a closer look at this idea of trade-offs and see what exactly this means. So here you have a graph which is talking about the two different competitive capabilities of cost efficiency and responsiveness that you can get from operations. So on the x-axis you have cost efficiency. Higher cost efficiency means lower cost structure, and higher responsiveness means being quick with responding to customer needs. Now, the curve that you see on this graph represents the performance frontier. Given current technology, this is the best that companies can do, or in this case, we're talking about healthcare, and this is the best that a healthcare unit or a hospital can do in terms of offering both cost efficiency and responsiveness. This is kind of the technology performance frontier, that it's the level at which compromises are being made given the current technology. And what you're seeing over here in terms of the two red dots are two extremes in terms of cost efficiency and responsiveness. On the y-axis on the top, you have the emergency room, which cares a lot about responsiveness, but has to sacrifice cost efficiency for that reason. Their costs are going to be substantially higher. So an emergency room, a unit within a hospital, is going to have low cost efficiency, but at the same time they're gearing for a very high level of responsiveness. On the other extreme, you have a specialty hospital, a hospital that deals with only a particular type of ailment, a particular type of problem, a healthcare issue, and a specialty hospital is going to be very good at cost efficiency. An example of such a hospital is Shouldice Hospital in Canada, that deals with specific types of hernia surgeries, and they deal with only those types of surgeries. They would have very high cost efficiency, but they would not be able to respond in a way in which a general hospital would be able to respond in terms of other problems that a patient might have. So those are the two extremes. Now, the dots that you see inside the performance frontier represent the different units of a hospital or different hospitals that are at different levels of compromises between these two aspects of cost efficiency and responsiveness. So let's take this idea of trade-offs and sacrificing or making compromises in capabilities and see how a company can move up or down towards the performance frontier. So the dot represents a particular unit or a particular organization. We're not necessarily thinking of hospitals here. You could be thinking of any company, and at this point it has a certain level of cost efficiency and a certain level of responsiveness, and the double-headed arrow shows you how the company can move either higher towards responsiveness, in which case, if it's moving higher towards responsiveness, it's getting lower on cost efficiency. If the company moves down, if the organization moves down on this arrow, it is getting better at cost efficiency while sacrificing responsiveness. So that would be making trade-offs, making compromises in saying that we're moving to a different customer segment, or we're able to offer a different competency for the customer, and so we have to sacrifice the other competency. Now, that's the idea of trade-offs, but you can contrast this with a opposing perspective, the perspective of cumulative capabilities. And the idea of cumulative capabilities is that you should start with quality as being the first operational competency that you should target. You should be focusing on quality, and then you can move on to dependability while expanding that base of quality. And that's why the triangle. You expand that base of quality as you move towards dependability, and finally you get to cost after getting through increasing your delivery speed. So that's the notion of cumulative capabilities that has come out from academic research, that a lot of companies are able to do this if they start from quality as being the base. And that's a prescription for companies if they want to try and build more cumulative capabilities and have lesser trade-offs between the different capabilities. So going back to that graph that we looked at earlier, if there's an organization or a unit of a company that's at that particular spot, if you're thinking about cumulative capabilities, it could be moving along that arrow, in which case the company would be getting better at responsiveness and also getting better at cost efficiency at the same time. Now, if the company wants to keep the same level of cost efficiency that it currently has and get better at responsiveness, and if it's able to do that, it would take the vertical and go straight up. If it were going on the right, on the horizontal, it would be getting better at cost efficiency while keeping the same level of responsiveness. So that, in a sense, would also be achieving a cumulative capability, not making the compromises in terms of moving towards the frontier. So how can companies do this? How can companies try and get to cumulative capabilities? So there are a couple of standard ways of doing this. And here I have a few listed. So the idea of mass customization is a way of getting at cumulative capability where you have the advantages of mass production, and at the same time you're able to customize the product for the customer. So if you look at this list, starting up with modular designs, let's talk through these with a few examples. So you could have a company such as Smart Cars, a company in Europe that builds cars that are highly customized, and these have very modular designs. So Smart Cars is a company that is a collaboration between Swatch watches and the Mercedes car company, and they have very modular designs which lets customers choose what kind of combinations they want in their car, so they are able to deliver different combinations based on modular designs for the fender, for the roof, and for different aspects of the exterior as well as the interior. The second way of getting towards mass customization, this idea of mass production with some customization for the customer, is postponing the finishing of the product. Benetton, which is a garment company more popular in Europe, uses this idea of postponement of finishing. What they've done is come up with a process of making their sweaters in white all the way almost till the end of the production process, and being able to dye them into whatever color is needed. So postponement of finishing has helped them use the mass production idea and customizing at the end based on whatever color orders that come in from different stores. Assemble to order is the idea that was used a lot by Dell Computers, and Dell Computers was known for giving their customers choices in the kind of combinations they want, and at the same time delivering at lower prices. Customer involvement is used a lot in services. If you go to a sandwich shop which involves you in building the sandwich, they're involving you in whatever kind of sandwich you're going to have. So it's customization based on that customer involvement. And finally, the idea of using customer intelligence. So companies have started using information about customers in customizing the kinds of coupons that they send, the discount coupons that they send to their customers based on the information that they have about the previous sales. Online sellers do this based on previous purchases. They make suggestions to customers about products that they might be interested in. So that's one idea of mass customization using information technology. Now, it's going to be your turn to think about products that use this idea of mass customization. If you reflect on products that you see around you, you've probably come across some products that have used this idea of mass customization, that involve the customer in some way in customizing the product for the customer and personalize it for whatever the customer needs are. So what we're going to do here is you're going to think about a few of these products, and then we're going to make inferences. I'm going to ask you to make inferences about how they would have achieved this kind of customization for their customers from a process that otherwise is not very high cost. So, hopefully you've thought of a few products where mass customization or mass production and personalization have been combined in a good way. I have a few examples that I'm going to share with you over here. So Hallmark is a company that's known for their greeting cards, and they have this product called recordable storybooks, which lets customers send in their audio stories and is able to customize the products for them. In terms of the production process, this company uses information technology and the internet to be able to achieve this objective for their customers. Another example that you may be familiar with is customized shoes from Nike. How is Nike able to achieve this? Again, using information technology involving the customer and having a production process that makes some products in a mass production environment, in a make-to-stock kind of environment, and then customizes at the end based on different aspects that a customer is able to choose. Ford Fiesta is an example, much like the smart car that we talked about earlier in this session. It allows combinations of different exteriors and interiors based on modular production, the same idea that is used in smart cars. The idea that pieces fit into each other relatively easily, and so you can have multiple choices in each feature of the car and are able to combine them in different combinations. Personalized M&Ms with a happy birthday message, with a photograph, are things that are produced by the company based on a process that is able to print, if you think about it, quite a sophisticated process that is able to print the M's on one side and flip each M&M over and put a message on the other side. So mass customization based on a production process that they have pioneered. What you'll notice in all of these mass customization ideas is the role of information technology. In the first three of these, you see that information technology plays a big role in terms of what customers are able to do. They're able to go in and request what they want and get the product for themselves. In the last one, what you'll see is the idea of Subway sandwiches, where mass customization is based on, again, customer involvement, the customer going to the store and picking and choosing some of the things that they want.